What's going on, y'all? Today is October 4th, and the Yankees just finished beating the Twins in the game one of the ALDS. It's your boy JoezMcfly here after the game, coming up and just talking about my feelings, breaking down the game, some notes, news, whatever it is, just all sorts of madness. Got back from the Yankee game. We're going to break all of that shit down, man. It is freaking crazy. But let's just organize our thoughts. And it's one game, but we got 10 more to go. Let's do it. Let's go, y'all. Shit. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy JoezMcfly, and I'm running this one solo here. So I wanted to hop on real quick right after game one of the ALDS just to talk about everything that kind of happened. If this is your first time on, listen to the podcast, the Pinstripe Strong Podcast. Welcome. All right, welcome to the Pinstripe Strong Podcast, where we're going to be here talking about the games right after the games, as soon as they happen, just rapid reaction and all that. As you guys probably, and I had to take some water, as you guys probably will hear in my voice, man, I have no voice. I came from this game. I have no voice. I literally am exhausted. I feel like I played in this game. The bleachers were a fucking zoo. Yankee Stadium was fucking insane. Everything, the energy in the stadium, from the pregame introductions, just singing the national anthem, to the first pitch, to everybody was in tune with the fucking game. I love that shit. And you don't really remember what that feeling feels like, because you got the regular season and the monotony of the regular freaking season. But you're quickly reminded of that feeling and why the playoffs are the freaking playoffs. As soon as you're in it, right away, you just notice the freaking difference. It's insane. Man. We're out there, and it's me and Ram and Marvin and Jamal, Mr. Mac with Cheese. And we're out there in the bleachers, the left field bleachers, and bro, it's just insane. There's beers thrown. Right now, I'm freaking drenched in beer. I'm tired as hell. I reek of beer, but I'm super happy because the Yankees came away with a fucking win. I'm going to try to bring the freaking energy because right now it's super late right now. The game ran super long, of course, but it's really late. We'll try to bring the energy with no voice, and we're going to try to get through it, all right? But first thing I'll talk about, if you guys make sure you do subscribe to the podcast, Pinstripe Strong, whatever you're listening to this or whenever you're listening to this, thank you for that. Make sure you do leave a 5-star review for the podcast. Follow me at JoezMcfly on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Also, oh yeah, guys. Make sure you go to my YouTube channels. I'm going to be putting up my reaction videos. I'm going to be putting together the vlog. I'm not going to edit that shit tonight because there's no way. I have no energy to do it. Tomorrow morning, as soon as I wake up, I'm going to put it together, edit it, and I'm going to try to put it up as soon as I can into my YouTube channel so that you can see the reactions and how it is in the stadium. The reason why I do my vlogs when I go into the stadium is that I want whoever's there, whoever's watching and not able to make it to those games, to feel what the energy feels like in the stadium, to feel what it's like to be there, basically watching the game with me. So, and we're all there together because we go through the same thing, whether you're not even only if you're a Yankee fan or not, but you could be a fan of just anybody. And if you're a Twin fan, and I was making a freaking video, a breakdown video, and I ran out of time. I wasn't able to put it up. I was breaking down a video. Basically, and I can say it now because I'm not going to be able to do it. I'll probably do it for the next series. But I was gonna do a breakdown video on my YouTube, talking about the Minnesota Twins, why we shouldn't why we shouldn't overlook them. I also did it, and we still shouldn't. And I still wanted to, and how they can win the series against the Yankees. I also wanted to talk about how the Yankees can, basically the same thing for the Yankees, the same kind of video. One of the points that I made in that video was the Twins have to have, for them to win this series, they need to out-hit the Yankees. That's one. Number two, Jose Berrios has to be special. And we're going to get into the series. We're going to break all of that shit down and just talk about the game and all of that stuff and give away, a little bit of awards and talk about, this person did this and this person and the great key parts of the game and Pinstripe Strong performer and all that shit. One thing I want to talk about around the league real quick, because there are other teams that do play, but Tampa, of course, if you guys did not know, did beat the Oakland A's in the wild card to advance to the ALDS. And Tampa right now, today was the first game of the series, and they lost to Houston 6-2. Verlander pitched spectacularly in that game. In the NLDS region, and they're playing their second game, because the first game, which was on Thursday, Thursday's game, St. Louis beat Atlanta 7-6, and that was crazy because Atlanta actually almost came back in the ninth inning. Washington against the Dodgers shut them out. Walker Buehler was just awesome, and Patrick Corbin did not fare too well, but the Nationals were down 0-1. In the very next game, National League, everybody evened up. That shit is crazy because Atlanta came out, and then Fultonevich pitched very well. They shut out. Atlanta shuts out St. Louis, and then they win 3-0. That series is knotted up at 1. The Dodgers and Washington, Strasburg pitched great. Like, he pitched great, like really great. And then also Max Scherzer came in, and then he came in out of the pen. So how crazy is that? They're like trying to piece things together over there. They did it for the wild card, something like that, and now they're doing it now for game 2. They pieced it together. Boom, Max Scherzer. The Washington Nationals win 4-2. That's crazy. So those two series are knotted up. We talked about that, but let's talk about the Yankees, guys. And this is not going to be like what the normal podcast would be, where it would be a nice hour long. This is actually going to be short, sweet, because we're just going to go over one game and just talk about everything and all of that stuff. Guys, the energy in Yankee Stadium, I got to keep saying that. The energy in Yankee Stadium was stupid. It was infectious, guys. It was so... I'm trying to look for words to explain it. It was great. It was great. And there were some things that I loved out of this game that I really like for the Yankees going forward. There were things about the game overall, like certain things that I didn't like. We'll get into that, of course. But let's just talk about this game, right? And I'm going to just break down the scoring, all of that stuff real quick. Top of the first inning, Paxton gets his first inning woes back. And you're going to see, I came off a little impressed with Paxton. This is the first postseason start. I know a lot of people came in with their doubts. Should we really start them? Shouldn't we start Tanaka instead of Paxton? In the Yankees 25-man roster, the people that they focused on, they left CeCe off of the roster, in case you guys didn't know. So CeCe's off the roster. Tyler Lyons is on the roster, as well as Guerin and people like that. But to be honest, if those people are pitching, I mean, let's be honest. If those people are pitching, then we probably have lost the game, or the Yankees are winning by a lot. So, there's not really anything to worry about. Voit did make the roster, so no Ford, guys, no Ford. Basically, the reason why CeCe didn't make the roster was because they said that his shoulder didn't bounce back, so he wasn't able to perform the role that they wanted for him. And again, I'm sorry if you guys hear my voice cracking. Try to get some water, because sheesh. Listen, So, that's basically it for the news, really. On the injury front, I mean, there's not really any injuries, thank God. Knock on wood, because this is good, but no injuries. But top of the first inning, Paxton, which one thing that they kind of said about the Twins, they're a different kind of home run hitting team, right? So they hit a lot of home runs, but they don't strike out a lot. By the way, guys, the Twins would strike out 12 times. No, I'm sorry. The Twins would strike out 13 times on the fucking night versus Yankee pitching. Maybe they hit a lot of home runs, and maybe they don't swing and miss against the AL Central, where the teams went. I think the Chicago White Sox, the Detroit Tigers, and also the Kansas City Royals went a combined 178 and like 306. Maybe that's where they did not swing and miss, because those teams fucking suck, right? But tonight they struck out 13 times. And Paxton, I thought he battled through this game. He did. He did not really have it. He did not have it at all. I mean, he did. He had a strikeout pitch, but he had a lot of long counts. And you could tell by the end of his leash, with the final at bat that he had, that he was spent. Jorge Polanco does start the scoring for the Twins, 1-0, hits a homer off of Paxton. Remember, guys, and me and Christian argue about this shit all the time. He's like, I don't like homers. I'm like, you know what? Fine. I don't like them either. But the thing is that solo homers will not beat you. Solo homers will not beat the New York Yankees. They will not. Because this team, you got to understand, this team that's playing behind you, this offensive juggernaut, this fucking insane offensive juggernaut is not going to be held down by many people, like at all. Like there's people that you could count probably in one hand that could probably hold down the Yankees like that, But you got to understand, solo homers, they won't beat you. Keep people off base. If they hit a solo homer, so be it. It is what it is. Polanco homers to left field, smacks it. I got upset. You guys will look at it in my video, my reaction video. I got upset. I'm like, shit, man, whatever. Paxton works out of that inning. Ends up striking out the side in that inning, guys. So he got 3 Ks in that inning. That was great for him. Jose Berrios, I said for the Twins to win, he would need to be exceptional. And he would come out. I thought he was pitching pretty well. He was locating. He was trying to keep the Yankees off balance. And the Yankees would not have too much success off of him, right, for the first couple of innings, But one thing that you really did notice that the Yankees did do for Jose Berrios, they made his ass work. Through 2 innings, the Yankees made him throw 50 freaking pitches. Through 3 innings, the Yankees were really getting. The second time through the order, you could tell that the Yankees already knew what they were seeing. Like the first time through the order, it looked like, oh shit, what the hell? The Yankees are not going to hit Jose Berrios tonight. Like, oh shit, he looks like he's on. But you looked up, as I was saying that, I then turned around and I looked up at the scoreboard and I seen his pitch count. And Ram looked at me, he's like, yo, Joe, his pitch count is really high. And I was like, yeah, 25 pitches in 2 innings, that shit'll do it. And the Twins kind of need, like, they have an underrated bullpen. The Twins do. Like, they're a very good bullpen. Damn, I freaking wish I had that video that had come out, man. It's just, I'll get better with the editing so that I can be able to put up the videos a lot faster. And then you guys will be able to watch them and things like that. But nonetheless, the Yankees made them work. A lot of long counts, fouling off pitches. They worked counts. I was impressed with a lot of different people. They did have people on base today. The Yankees as a team, which is not good, right? The Yankees had 7 men left on base tonight, which, considering the final score, right, it's crazy that they went 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position and 7 men left on. Like, that's, considering the final score. But the game, for the most part, was really a close game. In the 3rd inning, Nelson Cruz with Den homer, and he just smacks it. So He smacks it. Nelson Cruz homers there, making it 2-0. Again, solo homers won't beat you. I like how Paxton kind of just shrugged off the solo homers and said, "Oh, whatever." The first time around, he struck out the side. The second time around that happened, he ended up getting Rosario to strike out. Mind you, like I said before, this is a team that doesn't really strike out, so he kind of did bear down on these guys, man. And he struck out a whole bunch of batters today. He really did battle. He didn't have that much in terms of, location. He was a lot of 3-ball counts, but he made it work, man. Him and Gary worked very well today with what they had, So that's good. But bottom of the third inning, the Yankees would answer, guys. 27 outs. I have no idea how many times I have to tell people, like how many times do you have to see this Yankee team come back to understand and notice that they come back on these teams? Bottom of the third inning, Encarnacion with a clutch fucking double, bro, to break the lid open, and Yankee Stadium was looking to erupt. By the way, and just going back, the bottom of the first inning, I was already like spent. Like my energy was like almost done, bro, because the Yankees would get runners on base in that inning, but then they would not score. Encarnacion would double in that inning, and Giancarlo swung at a 3-0 pitch, which, you know what, I'm just going to say right now, I have no problem with. I have absolutely zero problem with Giancarlo. First inning of the game, kind of has the other pitcher on the ropes, the crowd going wild, all of that shit, a 3-0 count. You feel like it's your pitch. He swung at it. I have no problem with that because the same people that were bitching and complaining and moaning about him swinging at a 3-0 count, if he would have hit a freaking home run in that situation, hit a 3-run homer or whatever it was, to be honest, they would have been like, oh my God, Giancarlo is the man, blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is that in that situation, if he's looking at it early in the game, and I came away very impressed today with Giancarlo's at-bats. Very. I was really happy with what I saw, but the Yankees would not convert anything there because I thought he would then score one run, like a tying run in that inning, but then he ends up getting thrown out. Call gets overturned at first base. Miguel makes a really nice play, give him that, but makes a really nice play throwing him out at first, and shit, that inning ended, and I'm like, oh my God. I thought we had a run. We don't got a run. Whatever. But nonetheless, the Yankees would score in this bottom of the third inning with DJ LeMahieu and Judge they both single to lead off the inning. Runners on first and second with nobody out. And then Gardy lines out. Then they go out to talk to... The crowd's going wild, guys. The crowd is just going freaking wild. I'm getting goosebumps just rethinking about this whole memory of everything that I'm going through. And I'm trying to just explain that. And Edwin Encarnacion hits that clutch double, pulls that shit, man. We freaking missed that guy. That is the veteran bat that this team really needs. Somebody that stays cool under pressure. He's a veteran guy, kind of been in these situations in the past, is not going to get rattled. Man, I love Edwin Encarnacion for this team, especially for this postseason run. That was good. 2-1, Minnesota, and then Giancarlo works up a really good at-bat, and he walks, right? I really like that. He walks, and Gleyber Torres grounds out into a four. I'm thinking it's a double play. I'm like, oh, shit, man. Damn, it killed the rally. We could have been getting the runners in, at least another runner in to tie the game. And you know what? In these games, especially in these short series, you got to play clean defense. You got to play all of these things. And again, the game started weird because of the homer. But of all people to make the error, and they made an error in this game was DJ LeMahieu. There was a pop-up that went to him early in the game, and he ended up dropping. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? I don't understand. Nobody would score in that inning, and I believe it happened on the second inning, but it was just a fly ball. Yeah, in the second inning, it was supposed to be, and it was Marvin Gonzalez was actually on second. Yo, I was thinking like I cannot believe this. Of all the people he drops the ball, and of all the people on the other side, Miguel Sano makes a spectacular play at third base. Like, where they do that at? And I was thinking like, shit, man. I hope it's not gonna be one of those nights. But the Yankees would make this shit happen, man. That inning, Glaber forces out. Giancarlo goes in, clean slide at second base, just enough. He does just enough. And he does this little pop-up slide, right, to kind of get in the way of the second baseman, and then he ends up throwing it away into the camera well. The first baseman should have scooped that for the Twins. Should have scooped that. He's an idiot. Whatever. That didn't happen. Runner on first now, and that goes into the camera well. Tying the tying and go-ahead run score. Yankees take the lead. Now, in that situation, 3-2. Good shit. The Yankees, let's go. I'm so fucking hyped. The crowd's going crazy because we thought the Twins were going to get out of that inning with a lead. Instead, the Yankees have the lead in that inning, so it's back and forth. And like I said, things turn on a dime. Top of the fifth inning, Polanco singles in Luis Arias, and then it's tied up at 3 guys. Bottom of the fifth inning, then to me, this right here is the at-bat of the game. This right here is the at-bat of the freaking game. Paxton, and then, mind you, in this inning before I get to the bottom of the fifth inning, Paxton, you can clearly tell he was at the end of the rope. I thought Boone made all of the right decisions with the bullpen today. Every move that he made, I thought it was the right decision. Paxton was really trying out there to get Polanco out, bro. He was really trying. Like, it was the final out of the inning. There was a runner on second base. You could tell that the guy was on fumes at that point. And Polanco would work a crazy at bat. The guy was not striking out, right? And he was just trying. It was at one point that Gary Sanchez had to go out and go talk to him just to give him a breather, because it looked like it was like shit. Like, you know, he just kept throwing it. You could tell he was out of gas in that fifth inning, man. He was trying to get that final out to basically turn the keys over with the lead over to the freaking pen. And you know what? You know, as far as to say, I did my job. I did everything I could tonight. And, you know, Sanchez is basically, me and Ram joke. He's like, Sanchez went out there. It was like, all right, man, this next pitch, you're gonna throw a screwball here. And Paxton probably looks at him like, a screwball, bro? I don't throw a screwball. And Gary's like, listen, you do now. Because if we want to get this guy out, we're going to have to throw something that you don't throw now. Nothing in your arsenal is going to get this guy out right now, to be honest. He's either going to foul it off, you're going to walk him, or he's going to end up getting this hit in here. But we need to throw something else. So how about that screwball? Or just some shit like that. But Paxton ended up giving up that hit. I would have loved for him to make it through 5 and give me 5 freaking gutted out innings. But Paxton did show me that he has some guts. I do like that. I did see that out of Paxton. Was really, I don't want to say impressed, because an impressive start would have been something like 7 innings, shutout ball, you know what he's capable of. But the fact that he didn't have his stuff in his first playoff start, and he did not freaking fold and choke, okay, under the bright lights of New York. I fucking love that shit. I love it. So great job, Paxton. You did an okay job. Next time around, hopefully you'll be a lot better. Now you'll be used to the environment of what playoff baseball is, and you could come back and be a lot better. But his line is 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. He did have 2 homers in this game, 8 fucking punchies, 8 strikeouts, and 1 walk. He only had the 1 walk, guys, but the 1 walk was not indicative of his of all of the 3-ball counts that he had, man. Like, it was just, you know, when it came to him, it was just like, damn, like, he was just either they were working him or he was just trying to do something. He didn't really have too much. And I didn't hear the Paxton post game conference, but he had 86 pitches and he had 50 of them being strikes. So that kind of tells you a lot. He was almost pretty much even if you really think about it. When it does come to his strikeout, I'm sorry, to strike to ball ratio. So, well, I mean, of course, if you're doing accurate math, it wasn't. It was more strikes than balls. But he threw a lot of balls. He had a lot of deep counts is the point. For the technical people, just in case. Enter in this game would enter, right after him would then enter my man's Ottavino, who, and again, this was the right move by Boone. You got Nelson Cruz up. You're not going to let Paxton, a lefty, face Nelson Cruz, who already homered off of him. A righty, by the way. Face him. You're going to bring in Ottavino. No problem with this. Bringing in Ottavino. Ottavino's numbers against righties are really good. Brought him in. Ottavino did not do it. Walked Nelson Cruz. I also agree that Boone came in and said, you know what, you're out again. No outs recorded for Ottavino, so his line is just one walk, no outs, no runs scored, nothing, all zeros across the board except for the one walk, which you don't like the one walk. Canely comes in and he gives up a little bit of a shot, right, like to center field, but one pitch, one out, doesn't really matter, but let's go. Yankees end up in this, in the bottom of the fifth inning, they would then answer. And that's important in these games, right? If you let the other team score, you got to try to answer. You got to try to answer right away. You got to try to, whenever you score, you got to try to get what we call the shutdown inning, right? You get that shutdown inning, you shut down the other team, and then that, you go back into your offensive half of your inning, and then you score. You know what I mean? That's basically it. Bottom of the fifth inning, the Yankees would mount a rally. Judge leads off with a walk, and Judge was all over the game. He was all over the game. The base paths. Judge was there, bro. Judge was there. We're going to talk about people that impressed me, people that didn't, and things like that. But he would face, and Zach Lytle is a former Yankee farmhand. Yankees traded him in the trade for Garcia. If you guys remember when they traded for, I forgot his first name. When they traded for Garcia, they included Zach Lytle in that deal. But a wild pitch gets away. Judge alertly runs right to second. So it's a really good base running in this game also for the Yankees. I really did like that. Some heads-up base running, some steals. I like that. I like them, the fact that even with the lead, they were still trying to put pressure on the Twins, which is great. The Twins were not ready, at least not in this game. They were not ready for Yankee Stadium pressure. Like, that shit was crazy to me. I thought that the Twins did well in terms of like not feeling like they were out of the game, but there was a point in this game where you just noticed the Yankees are just better tonight. Like, you just knew that. But yeah, anyway, after the Judge walk, then Brett Gardner gets hit by a pitch. Encarnacion, who I thought was going to do something here, ends up striking out. And then Giancarlo comes up. And last year, he strikes out. Okay, in this same kind of at-bat, he strikes out. And he puts together an awesome at-bat. Giancarlo just spit on a bunch of close pitches, some off-speed pitches that he would have struck out on last year, trying to do too much. I love his approach at the plate. I mean, he was on base today. He had 3 walks, I believe, on the night. He looked really good, not trying to do too much. Ended up scoring his walks and his at-bats actually led to runs scoring. So I really do like Giancarlo and what he was doing at the plate tonight. He looked super focused. He looked like he was, not trying to do too much out of what he can't control. I liked it. I really did like what he did and what he put together. But nonetheless, Gleyber Torres puts together the clutch at-bat of the night. Awesome job from Gleyber Torres to hit a sharp double on the third base side off of Sano's glove, bro. And the flex out there, 2 runs come in. Yankees take a 5-3 freaking lead. Let's go. Top of the 6th, the Twins would then answer with a Sano homer, making it 5-4. So they creep a little closer with Sano, and Judge almost gets there. Judge almost gets there to try to get that, but he ends up homering off of Canely there. Judge had a great defensive night, man. He made 2 sliding catches that would save runs in this game. So great shit out of Judge. I cannot say enough about Judge and what he does for this team. When it comes to the playoffs, he comes ready to freaking play. Like I really do love what he does here in the big spot. People that say that Judge isn't clutch, like I don't know. I can't. He plays the whole game well. He plays the whole game just freaking well. So, love that. Bottom of the 6th inning, Yankees would then answer when DJ LeMahieu, go DJ. Hey, that's my DJ. He homers to left center field, making it 6-4 Yankees. Gardy joins, and he hits a homer up a dick to right field, making it 7-4 Yankees. Let Brett bang, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Bottom of the 7th inning, Yankees would break this game open when DJ LeMahieu, La Máquina, ends up getting a double that clears the freaking bases and puts this game basically to bed, making it 10-4 Yankees. Fucking Cameron Maybin scores, Glaber scores, and Didi scores in this inning. Great shit, DJ. So he ends up having that there, and that would be the scoring for that night. Yankees would win 10-4. Coming out of the pen tonight was Paxton to Ottavino to Canely. Canely pitched 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 earned run, which was a Sano homer, a walk, and then after that, he sent it to Green. Green had 2/3 shutout innings, zeros all around, so great shit out of Greeny. Britton would come in and have a clean inning as well, but he would walk a guy, and then after that have a clean inning there, had a strikeout. Hap was a funny one. So he came in, and then he would then have an inning where he would give up a hit and a walk, but he struck out 2. The Yankees had their big lead at that point in time, but Hap was there, I guess, to eat up some innings or just kind of bridge it there. And then they brought in Chapman to get in some work. So Chapman would walk 1 in that inning and get a strikeout. Yankee pitching staff overall, 9 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. So they pitched great as a overall team. 6 walks. You don't like all of the walks. All of the walks are not good. Don't like the walks. 13 Ks, though, for a team that, quote-unquote, doesn't strike out much. Is really good. 3 homers given up. It's all right because those 3 homers were all solos. So solo homers will not beat you. They will not. It's only when the runners are on base they start to multiply, right? So keep the runners off base. Obviously, that's key. And even the fact that Paxton didn't have all of his control and still kept runners kind of like off base, that's pretty good. So I did like that there. Twins would get some hits. I mean, they went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, 9 men left on base. The Yankee Stadium is a fucking cauldron, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're a pretender, if you're not what it is, or, you know, when you go in there, Yankee Stadium's going to eat you alive, B. It is what it is. The crowd's going wild, and even when you think that you got them silenced, they're really not silenced. They're screaming all game. They're excited. Everybody, Yankee Stadium, the Yankee fans are hungry. The Yankee fans are ready to win. We're ready for this. This is what we're ready for right now. Couple of things, and by the way, my Pinstripe Strong Performer of the series is, of course, DJ LeMahieu, where he actually went freaking 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. DJ LeMahieu from the leadoff spot, first leadoff hitter in the playoff game to be able to do this since Johnny Damon in 2007. So great job, DJ LeMahieu, especially the fact that he had that error in that inning, and I believe in his first at bat, he struck out, and he would end off the night with a 3 for 5 and a 4 big RBI. One thing I want to do here is kind of like 3 up. I'm gonna call this the Pinstripe Strong 3 up, 3 down, right? 3 things that I did like, 3 things that I didn't like about the game, because I think Pinstripe Strong performer for each game is going to be a little harsh because some people are just not going to hit certain games. It is what it is. Things that I like, right? For everything that I like, I'm going to name a thing that I didn't like. The first thing that I did like about this game, number one, of course, Encarnacion. I feel like he kind of like busted open the lid to let everybody know, let's go. We're better than this team. And he kind of, because the Yankees were kind of going through the motions there the first 2 innings. And then, they had an opportunity where they didn't convert. They thought that they did get a run, but they didn't do it. And then it's like, shit, then the next inning, they didn't do anything. When the lineup turned over, then I thought Edwin Encarnacion was a good sign. The other thing one thing that I did not like. Now in the stadium, I love being in the bleachers. I love when they throw beer in the air and all that shit. I love all of that shit. I do not like how toward the end of the fucking game, people are throwing beer cans at like other people. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, when you start behaving that way, and I don't like that kind of behavior, because then it's like, what the fuck? When you're behaving that way, then they're going to start to pump up security, and then they're not going to allow people to do fun shit in the bleachers because other people just want to make themselves the issue. And I don't get that. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? So that's something I didn't like. Why are you throwing beer cans at other Twins fans that are there? Like, don't be a fucking asshole. I hate that shit. You want to play with them, you want to talk to them while they're there, like, whatever, it's kind of talk shit. Whatever, talk shit, but don't let it get physical, man. Don't do that. I despise that shit. Like, what are you doing throwing beer cans at Twins fans, man? That shit is stupid. Another thing I loved Giancarlo Stanton's at bats. I loved them. I loved them so much. I cannot say that enough. Like, Giancarlo, it just looks like he was so much more comfortable in his skin than what he was last year in the ALDS. You guys remember last year, your aunt, your freaking grandmother can throw something down and away to Giancarlo. He was swinging at it. That's what was happening. And he was swinging at that shit last year. Today, he was super under control. I loved it. I loved that he played with intensity. I loved that he was running down the line after swinging 3-0 and still grounding out and still busting it down the line. Love that shit. I love the fact that in left field that he dove for a ball that was already going to be a double, guys. It was already going to be a double. Some people question his defense or whatever it is. I love the fact that he tried and he fucking busted his ass with knowing that he has that knee problem that took him out, that PCL. He's like, yo, fuck it. Yo, I'm going to try. We got to win this game. We got to win this team. I got to win for this team. I'm going to sell out for this team. That's how I took it. He came out there. He came ready to play. Giancarlo was awesome. Love that. Love that shit. Another thing I didn't like, right? And I don't want to sit here and pick on the crowd all night, but bro, some people were like trying to get like the Red Sox suck chants. It's like, yeah, bro, like I'm sorry, like if they trying to get me to like say I don't subscribe to that shit. The Red Sox have nothing to do with the fucking Yankees. That's shit that Red Sox and Met fans do, where they're winning games, they're doing well, then they want to fucking chant about the Red Sox. I don't give a shit about the Red Sox. Why are we talking about them? We're destroying the Minnesota Twins. We're in a really good game right now. We're in the middle of a series. We're in a chase for 28. Why are we thinking about a team that was eliminated back in fucking like July? Why? I don't get it. I just don't. And I don't subscribe to that shit. I don't. So I don't like that shit. The third thing that I liked about this game is the freaking crowd intensity. I love that. I love the crowd intensity. It was so suffocating of how awesome that shit was. Just everybody there, and you know, the team and everybody chanting and I'm talking, guys, listen, I'm talking about from warm-ups to introductions to the final pitch and God Bless America, like people singing along for God Bless America to the end of the night, and that shit was awesome. And the Yankees, of course, were winning late, and the game was running a little late. I mean, this game was a little long, guys. Like, this was a pretty long game. 4 hours and 15 minutes is long. It's a long game. It's a fucking shift. It is. It's a long game. I don't blame I don't leave early. I don't leave the games early. I don't blame some people for leaving early. Yankees had that game in hand, 10-4. Twins were ready for the next day already, but after that DJ LeMahieu double. So I don't mind. It's fine. If you guys left, whatever it is, I stay. I always stay to the last out because I need to see everything. I want to see everything because these outs, these games, they don't come that often, right? These are playoff games. There's only, at minimum, there's 11 of these games that we're getting, right? And probably half of those will be at home, right? If that. So I'm going to sit there and enjoy every fucking out, whether I'm watching it on TV but that's just me. I can't expect everybody to be like me. Not everybody lives 5 blocks away from the stadium like I do, right? Some people probably got to travel very far. So, but I love the energy in the stadium. It was awesome. Glaber talked about it after the game. All of the Yankee players talked about it after the game. They were like, wow, this crowd really brought it. We're part of the fucking team. At this point in time, I am exhausted right now, guys. And I feel like I played tonight. I do. I have no voice. I'm exhausted. Marvin's back was tired. He was out there in the stadium. He was asking people if he could borrow their back. That was weird. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He was like, does any of you guys have a good back? Because I got a bad back. I'm like, what the hell? Are you trading backs out here? Like, that shit is crazy. But that's crazy. Definitely going to go to tomorrow's game. Gonna post a reaction video for tomorrow early, so we're gonna do that. I have to name one more thing that I didn't like, right? I don't know, what else didn't I like? Maybe I should have wrote this shit down. I'm trying to do this shit rapid fire, you know what I mean? But I guess the last thing that I didn't like, I mean, some people went 0 for 4 in this game. Didi kind of looked a little weird in this game. I think some people just need to lather into the series a little bit. Gardy did hit the homer and all of that. But you know what? I don't have another thing that I didn't like. I just don't. I'm sorry. So I don't know. I did not. I guess I didn't like that Ottavino came in. His fucking job was to get Nelson Cruz out and he walks him. I didn't like that shit. Like what the hell are we doing here? But whatever. Let's do well. I thought Gary Sanchez, even though he had a rough day at the plate, I thought behind the plate he had a pretty good game, trying to shepherd Paxton through the game, and also he blocked a whole bunch of pitches in the dirt. Had one pass ball, but I don't really care about that one because he was literally getting peppered every single game. Like every single app, it felt like every pitch. There were pitches in the dirt that he was blocking, so that was pretty good. We've got standout stars, of course. LeMahieu, Judge had a good game. Gardy had a homer in this game. Encarnacion had a good game, 2 doubles in this game with a clutch RBI. Stanton, I thought, was awesome with the 3 walks. Maben came in and he stole a base real quick, and then they had a double steal there also, so then that was good. So Maben was aggressive on the base paths. Love to see that. Gleyber Torres had the clutch 2-run double, and then he also put the ball in play that got thrown into the camera well. Sorry, that's more on the Twins, not on Gleyber. But great job there. Didi had a walk, then he scored, so that's good. I want Didi to feel like he's in the action. Urshela went 0 for 4 in the game. So that's all that I'm gonna do. This video went a little long, but or this podcast went a little long, guys. But let me know what you guys think and how you guys feel with all of this. Make sure you guys subscribe for the podcast. I'm going to do a podcast after every fucking game. I'm just so hype. I'm just so happy with just the entire result. Yankees win 10-4 tonight. And guys, make sure you do follow me on Twitter and Instagram, as they do put reaction videos as they happen right up on there. Make sure you do that. Follow me on there. Subscribe to the podcast. 5-star review. Follow also Chris, who I hope is going to join me for one of these podcasts. I don't know. He said he's feeling a little better, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, Chase for 28. We're here. It's time to win number 28. And now we're down to 10. The magic number is 10. Yankees have to win 10 more games in this postseason to get their 28th championship. So let's do it, all right? But like I always say, make sure you guys keep your pinstripe zone and stay pinstripe strong. And let's go Yankees. Get some sleep. Tell them, Noah. All right, guys. I'm knocking out.